fighting temptation this episode. He was literally in a whole fist fight with temptation, and temptation was winning and beating his ass. And somebody who doesn't even know what is happening with his own relationship be giving relationship advice. I was looking at Cinco like, boy, if you don't go figure out your love triangle, and when a man really doesn't want you, he will literally come up with any excuse to get away from you. Leslie's all over the place. Like, this girl one day likes Will, one day likes Corey. Now she's interested in getting to know Cinco. And Flo and Will are kissing during a challenge as they're talking in bed. Trina, Cinco, Cash. Oh Lord, it's making me just so angry. I think what is hurting me with the whole Kyra situation is that she is not enjoying her experience in CASA more, because all she's thinking about is Will. Meanwhile, all Will is thinking about is Flo. Hey everyone, I'm your host Mayoko, and today I am back with another video on Love Island USA Season 3, Episode 15. Let's get straight into the video. So the episode starts off with Cash being all over Charlie, and Charlie is talking to her, and then he's like, this is weird. And Cash is like, what do you mean? He's like, this is weird. She's like, what? It feels like we've already known each other for too long. He's like, So I guess Charlie, I don't know, Charlie is feeling like him and Cash have known each other for forever. I mean, clearly, if you've been watching Cash for 3 weeks now, you've seen Cash more than she's seen you. Like, at this point, I understand why you feel like you might know Cash a little bit too much. I think, you guys, let me know what you guys think, okay? But I think Cash is doing too much. Every time she's all over Charlie. I feel like maybe she's just a touchy person. I don't know. Maybe some people are naturally like that, but I don't know. It kind of makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm like, Cash, okay, so enough. Stop touching me. Just talk. I guess she's a touchy person. I guess that's what it is. But Charlie was like, yes, this is weird. But I don't think he meant it in a negative way. I think he was just trying to say, like, this is weird. Maybe he thinks like they're moving a bit too fast. I don't know. But yeah. Then Isabel goes and talks to Corey, and she's like, I really want you. I just want you to know. Corey's like, yeah, you know, I'm interested in getting to know you, Leslie, and Genevieve. And then Isabel is like, yeah, I just wanted to let you know I really want you. I don't think Corey wants Isabel. I think he really wants Leslie. In fact, he says it. He says he has more of a connection with Leslie. At one point during the night, he was in the bed with Leslie, and they both got up from the bed and went to go have cereal in like early in the morning when everyone was still asleep. So I don't know. I feel like he likes Leslie better. But the thing with Leslie's all over the place. Like, this girl one day likes Will, one day likes Corey. Now she's interested in getting to know Cinco. Her and Cinco this episode were kissing on each other. Cinco is like, yes, I feel like you might be a fresh start for me. I really think I can enjoy life with you in the villa. I don't understand what's going on, because Cinco just yesterday was talking about how he still has feelings for Cash and Trina. He was telling Kay that. He didn't even he brought up the topic of Cash and Trina only one time to Leslie, but he brought it up 1,000 times to Kay. So I don't understand. When a man really doesn't want you, he will literally come up with any excuse to get away from you. Literally will come up with any excuse. That's the same thing, what's his name, Will did to Olivia. When he didn't want her, he was like, oh, he was like, what is world? Like, they will literally try and shut you down in any way possible just so you don't feel bad. But you can know when a guy doesn't want you. He comes up with all types of nonsense excuses. That's your cue to literally leave and say bye-bye. But yeah, anyway, this episode, she's talking to Cinco. She even at the beginning of the episode says she wanted Josh. So she really is just all over the place. At this point, it's giving, I just want to be in the villa. I just want to keep my spot in the villa. I just want to stay in the villa vibes. It's giving me desperate vibes to remain in the villa. I don't know if Leslie really has a connection with anyone at this point, because she's just kissing everyone. She says she has a strong sexual chemistry with Cinco. Cinco is saying, I have a strong sexual chemistry with Leslie. Some random stuff happened this episode, honestly. Meanwhile, Trina back in CASA AMOR is crying because she thinks like she doesn't understand what Cinco is doing. You know, he's confusing her, and she really wants him. She doesn't think she's gonna go back to the villa with someone in the CASA AMOR. So Trina really wants Cinco. Cash is there talking to Charlie, and she's like, what do you think about me bringing you into the villa, even though you know Cinco is there and there, you know, there's a whole love triangle going on. Charlie is like, listen, like, I'm confident in myself, so do what you want to do. This whole thing, Trina, Cinco, Cash. Oh Lord, it's making me just so angry. You guys need to go home. 3 of them are disturbing my peace. 3 of them are disturbing my peace. Y'all need to figure it out. They brought new people for you guys to literally get your mind off of stuff, and you guys stay bringing up each other. Like, oh my gosh, is that the storyline of this whole season? Like, I'm so tired of it. Then Josh is talking to Leslie, and Leslie's telling him how she feels like he's not opening up and enjoying this experience. You know, he's a little closed off. And Josh is saying like, yeah, I just keep thinking about Shannon in the back of my head. I don't even think Josh and Shannon should really be together, but that ain't none of my business. And then Shannon is in CASA more thinking about Josh. Ugh. Kyra. Oh, you guys. Kyra. I really want to hug Kyra. And as much as like, I don't care for her relationship with Will. I think what is hurting me with the whole Kyra situation is that she is not enjoying her experience in CASA more, because all she's thinking about is Will. Meanwhile, all Will is thinking about is Flo. I mean, Will does talk about how he misses Kyra, but Will is not showing that he misses Kyra. Him and Flo kissed 1,000 times this episode. Every second, Flo and Will are kissing during a challenge, as they're talking in bed. Like, this whole episode, kissing, literally kissing. I think Flo has really come into the villa to shake things up with Will and Kyra's relationship. She doesn't care, obviously. She couldn't care less about destroying the relationship. Will is still on the edge. He says he feels a little bit guilty because he doesn't want to break Kyra's heart. Well, you're doing a pretty bad job, because you are breaking that poor girl's heart. Like, oh my gosh. Will is here talking about, oh, how making love making the right kind of love is a good thing. He's in bed talking to Flo till the earlier hours of the morning. Damn. Flo was telling Will how he is her number one, and Will is like, oh my gosh, you're making me overthink things. When I tell you something, every time Will comes on the screen, I start laughing. I don't know what it is. Will just genuinely makes me laugh. Just seeing his face, like his facial expressions, you can tell he doesn't want to disappoint Kyra, but then his actions just prove otherwise. And then literally you see Will fighting temptation this episode. He was literally in a whole fist fight with temptation, and temptation was winning and beating his ass. Will is then asking the boys if what he's doing is wrong. And you guys know Dr. Seuss, Jeremy. Jeremy, no, I don't think what you're doing is a bad thing. You know, you're getting to explore your options. I don't think that's a wrong thing to do. You guys know Jeremy. Jeremy has all types of relationship advice that makes absolutely no sense. Speaking of relationship advice, Will is talking to Cinco, and Cinco is giving Will relationship advice. How can somebody who doesn't even know what is happening with his own relationship be giving relationship advice? I was looking at Cinco like, boy, if you don't go figure out your love triangle and leave Will alone, like, Trina and Cash have a conversation this episode, and Trina is like, listen, Cinco is really making things difficult for me. I don't know where he stands at all. He's kind of confusing me. Then Cash is talking about how she doesn't know if she should go back to the villa single. Why is that even an option? Why is going back to the villa single an option for you, baby? Like, why? Why? Go back with Charlie, please. They had this little game challenge between CASA AMOR versus the villa. CASA AMOR won, which honestly I don't even know how they won, because I felt like the villa did better, but anyway, CASA AMOR won, so they had like a dance party, and the challenge was pretty hectic. It was just too much going on. Like, basically it was who could complete the challenge first. Which villa could complete the challenge first. So CASA AMOR was, winning they won most of the games that they played. I think one of them was, everyone in the house has to jump in the pool. Why did my girl Kay hold her wig? She was like, I don't like this type of games. I mean, she didn't say that, but she was holding her wig like, Lord Jesus, what you guys have me doing? Josh had to kiss Jen, which is Shannon's little sister's best friend. That was so awkward, but they enjoyed it. Apparently, they were like, of course they enjoyed it. Of course Josh is going to enjoy the kiss. They were like, oh my gosh, like Shannon doesn't even know I'm in this villa. And I'm laughing like, Shannon is going to come back and beat you up if she knows, you just kissed her man. Olivia talks a little bit with Cam, and I already told you guys where I stand on that. I think it's absolutely nonsense, absolute rubbish. I don't think they like each other. I think they're just doing it to just be relevant. Anyway, let's move on from that couple because I could not care less. That was pretty much it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, thank you so much for coming back. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.